YouTube world. So if it's your first time viewing me, my name is Betty, also known as WitcheryGoddess. If you resonate with other readings, then it's meant for you. I also am on Instagram and Facebook. So this is a different reading because it's not always about love. I've been doing this, I started doing this type of series on my Facebook IG because they're linked. This has to do with maybe the people that have passed on, your spirit guides, your ancestors, what they want you to know. Now, if you're new to my channel, as you know, I'm an intuitive reader, so not all the time I'm gonna look at these traditionally aspected. Now, in regards to this type of spread, I like to look first at the cards, and it's going to give me maybe some physical characteristics, something in regards to this person or ancestors from the other side or what have you, and then we can go with the overall message. So when I pulled these cards, the first thing I saw is like this person really may have liked yellow and purple, enjoyed the seasons, maybe specifically fall. This, I feel like this maybe an older woman, and at least I know when I used to go to Puerto Rico when the sun was so hot, people, and they still do now, they would put umbrellas over them to protect them from the sun. But you see, this umbrella is very detailed. It looks like from back in time. So it may have been someone that you may consider like they were dainty and very feminine in how they wore stuff, in a sense that maybe they were a type that wasn't a person that would wear pants, like they still would wear. It's like when you look at these type of movies on or shows online, like how it's so hot, and they back then in centuries, they still had to wear all these petticoats and all these other things. But it doesn't have to be that this particular person came from that time frame. I'm just saying it could be that they also have a religious tradition that always wore skirts, and that they always dress themselves in more a feminine attire. I get that this person also used to pray a lot. Maybe not so much spiritual, maybe a religious person because of this, what I'm seeing here. You sometimes may have wondered, like they always had a lot on their plate, but they always didn't stress themselves about it. They just seemed to know how to balance everything, and they always was the type of person that would share, like the little bit of they had, they would share with you. If there was the last meal, and if they had to not eat anything that time, they would give it to you. This person may also been a leader, in a sense that people will look up to them, in a sense to have conversations with them, because they may have been a mother or father figure for some. Someone here with this building blocks may have been like in a child playing, like I'm getting like those blocks that you put in the shapes in a ball is what I'm seeing. Also Legos. But also it could be that because not every message is specific to one person, I'm also getting that someone may have dealt with infrastructure. I'm also seeing like putting bricks, like, with the cement. And I'm getting that someone may have had these, I think it's like a light gray. I'm not sure the specifics of that color of their eyes, because I was drawn to her eyes when I pulled this. I'm getting here that this could have been maybe like your grandparents or something, that they were together in. I don't. I had to calculate just now because I was getting 60 years. Back then people got married in their 20s and they were together for so long. But 60 is prominent. I don't know if someone became 60, or like they were six. And as I say that, I see the 6 here, so it's definitely confirmation. So it could be like they were 60, maybe they passed at 60, or they were together with like your grandfather or something for 60 years. I'm also getting here, this reminds me of like a person that's really like into research, or just like, you know, hoarder tendencies, or they're just so knowledgeable that if you went into their office space, they would have so much books. They could have been a professor. They could have liked history. They could have I'm trying to see what else coming to me. It's like they may have had a den or office space just full of books, because they rather enjoy books than like TV or social media. And really getting like an older energy here, not someone that's young. And this one with the warm card, they didn't take them a lot to get excited about things. Um, as I'm seeing this circle, I'm also seeing this here. So there's something with like cycles, completions. Maybe they like the sunrise or the sunset. With they gravitated more like, you know, watching the moon or the sun is what I'm feeling. I'm also getting here that if this is like, you know, that energy when you seem bored and stuff, they always knew how to entertain you. I'm also getting that you guys may have like doing like costume play, like when you had costumes. I know my son had two costumes every year, but that's neither here or there. He just loved Halloween. And some of them may, like, I see this pyramid. Maybe I'm also getting pyramids, whether it's Egyptian or also the Aztec pyramids. But someone may have ties in Egyptian here, because I'm also getting the yellow again. Now, I'm just looking at this card here. Someone used to be very careful. Like, you see how this is, like, I live in New York, so we always get snow anyway. I mean, not as bad as we used to. But someone used to be very careful, because I'm seeing, like, with a cane or something, like, they would wait to like the snow was out, you know. I guess that would be common, but like for this person, they made sure that there was no snow on the floor, because they were not going outside, because they didn't want to slip or anything. I think it was more like they didn't want to fall because they didn't want to be embarrassed. I mean, that's very specific for someone. But now you're going with the overall message of what they have for you. Let's see. And I'm also getting that someone with the transforming, obviously it's transformation, but somebody really like love butterflies. So for the message that overall they have for you, you are in a stage of awakening. You are. It's like you are, at least I know for myself, when you start awakening, you start gravitating to different religions, or not even religions, could be cultures or something that keeps on being repeated. Like for example, um like 1 week I could have been seeing a lot of Egyptian stuff, and or the week before I could be seeing uh like, at least for myself personally, I'm just sharing it with you, Hamza hands or something like that. I'm just saying, like, and then the week before you could be seeing stuff that's blue, or you know, there are certain things that are trying to call you in because you're starting to awaken. And you may, and it's okay to do your research, because you're in a state of transformation. There are shifts coming. There's a change of seasons. It's trying to remind you that, you know, because with this board card here, you may be actually bored in your regular routine or what you're doing. And the thing is that sometimes we go through rocky situations. Um, like, not every, like, in order for you to appreciate the good, you have to go through the bad. Because if, like, say for instance, if you always, like, even with working out, you always have that, you may go into a plateau. You need to change your routine so it can go up. So it's like, it's always said that we're put in uncomfortable situations for we can grow, for we can challenge ourselves. And it's like just trying to tell you that yes, you are awakening, you are doing your research, it's okay. That they see from above, like, you know, you are transforming. You are that cocoon that's now trying to come out and be the butterfly. And you know, I'm getting also that, because we are right now in a matter of weeks going to spring, but this could be like something significant may happen to you something like, within this awakening process in the fall specifically. Now, the Six of Earth, these cards are different because they have descriptions. The Six of Earth has to do about balance. And we have the Queen of Cups here. Well, this could be that you're concerned about your finances because it's saying receiving a loan or paying off debts. Maybe you're trying to venture out into a new career opportunity. But you see, like, when you're trying to protect yourself from the sun because the sun is blinding you, it's like you're scared. But you see, you should embrace, because it's another sun card. You should embrace the sun. Like, when you get like with the Ace of Swords, it's about clarity, it's about visions, it's about enlightenment. When the Sun card, so they say in the tarot deck, is the most joyous card of the deck. I think it's so much that you worry about other people. Maybe your own family members, that you're always so giving, but you don't give to yourself because you're always sheltering yourself. I didn't even you see, like how they say you can't make this up. I didn't even read this. Care for yourself and others. Like, yes, you tend to care for others, but you don't put yourself first. It's like you may be spiraling here, but so like it's like another part of yourself wants to come out. You have to surrender to that. Because the relationships develop to a new level. It's not the relationship with other people, it's the relationship you have with yourself. So say for instance, if you are single, you're not, I always say, like, say for instance, if you're trying to go into a relationship, you need to date yourself, to understand yourself, to know what you like, what you don't like, explore yourself. So but even if you're always giving to family members or children, or I don't know, for example, whatever it is, you need to do for yourself. Sometimes you have to set the boundaries for yourself. And some of you are kind of scared to walk that path. You see how she's walking a path? You're scared. So it's like this one, I feel like, because the King of Fire has to do with wands and creativity, and does say it here. It's like your focus is not in the right direction of where you're supposed to be. You see, like, you have an awakened card. You have it showing you that you're trying to transform. That you're so focused on other stuff because you're trying to achieve balance. But you need to try to achieve balance with yourself, because this also reminds me of the sacral chakra. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't that about creativity? There's one about creativity, and this is another one. It's like, don't stay stuck. Don't believe that where you are, your present circumstances, is where you're supposed to be forever. Because once you start awakening, and as you do your research, you will connect with groups, you will connect with tribes, or even you don't even realize that you're helping one person, they're helping you to expand something for yourself. And that's what the Seven of Wands is like. Persevering, being determined, and it is building, like, with the Jenga, the steady blocks, so you could stop being bored. They don't want you to be bored. I think I'm getting, like, maybe for some that has passed on, or even your ancestors, they didn't have the opportunities that you have now. Back then, it's just like, just the understanding, everything was so controlled and it was so limited. And this day and age that everybody's open to new age and understanding and transformation and manifestation, they see you. I don't care if you're 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever age you are. They see you and they don't want you to feel sad, like to feel discontented, like when at the end of the road, when you have to do an evaluation of your life, this is all I did. They know that there's so much more in you, and they may be trying to communicate with you, or not like with physical words. Maybe they'll put some messages in front of you, maybe this particular reading, or like a TV show, or signs while you're driving or on the train or a bus, whatever. They're trying. So be open to the messages that they're trying to show you. I like to think, sometimes I've told people, and even for myself, like, you say, for instance, if you're confused about something, ask your guides, ask your angels for clarity. Sometimes you'd be surprised the visions you get in a dream, or even a meditation, or like, I lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Where was I? So yeah, it's a matter of, they will try to give you messages in different areas that you don't expect. And sometimes you have to be open to them, because if you're so closed off, you won't see them. See this happily ever after card? They want you to have that because you deserve it. Whether you are by yourself, they want you to have that beautiful relationship with another counterpart, or like happily ever after, in a sense of having all your wishes come true. Whether it's, you got this career card, it's talking about career opportunities, or things with your house, or things with I don't know, I'm getting landscaping when I just saw this, so maybe that's something specific for someone. And I'm getting books. Maybe you need to write a book. Some of you maybe are supposed to help others in their awakening process. And someone also needs to start expanding their intuition, because with the cats, I mean, that was just coming out of nowhere just now, but that's how spirit works. But yeah, they want you to have everything you ever wished for. Sometimes because of our family upbringing, our, things that come from our generation, we feel, or things that maybe have vows of poverty in your past, or vows of what is it? There's so many vows, and I can't even think about it right now. You have vows of poverty, you have vows of I can't right now, but if you search like vows of poverty, it may come up with other vows. So these are things that you have agreed to in past lives, that you can, do prayers to not do prayers or affirmations to sever your ties from your past, or things that you vowed before. So yeah, like if you felt like that, or vows of slavery or something like that, that you feel preconditioned that you always have to live on this mindset or be in this part, well, of course you would always feel like something is resisting you, something is hindering you. I forget the vow that I had, because we used to, last year I did like an emotion code, thanks to a dear friend that told me to do it, and it had to do with my brow chakra. And I think that's more about your intuition. I think it was, and I forget what it was, the vow specifically. In mine, I was trying to understand with her, ask my friend. She was like that, well, that's because, in past lives you were conditioned to, like, if you follow the Bible, that you're supposed to only have this, or things like that. But when you become to understand as an awakened person that you are a spiritual being, that you are source, that the universe conspires to get what you desire, because if you ever read the Secret Book, it also comes out, if it's in that book, that states that you didn't have all these resources, all these beautiful places, and God, spirit, universe has you limited not to see them. That also has to deal with parallel universes, and what we see in our, how we perceive of things for our own reality. But that's like a whole different show. So I went off a tangent there, but I guess somebody needed to know it. But at the end of it, the snow is falling. This is a Four of Swords. That has to do with peace. That's what has to do with healing. And as I'm seeing this, these are my cards, by the way, because these are the ones I've been using. These specifically are mine. But this deck also is mine here. You can always check the MPC site for it. But what I was trying to say is, I see this path, and as I was going to say, they're clearing the path for you, and that's confirming when I saw this right here. So I hope this resonates for whoever this is intended for. Hope you guys like it. because this is something I don't post all the time on YouTube, because I do more on the other channels. I like to do stuff that are different for my YouTube followers. And but this one I feel like is very promising, and it's informative for people that need it. And I can't wait to hear your comments so I can keep doing these separately up here. Thank you.